So it has been confirmed as far as what President Trump wants to include in this next bill, which according to many is very stimulative. Now today we're going to address what President Trump wants, what's going to happen with the Doge dividend check, what's going to happen with child tax credits, are there going to be no taxes on seniors receiving Social Security benefits or people receiving tips and overtime income? Well, in today's video we're going to discuss just that. Because yes, the new bill has officially come out. I'm going to break this down, what we are seeing at this time, what is included in the bill, and what is missing. So make sure you stick around and watch this entire video, and I'll explain exactly what is going on. But first, all I ask is one thing, takes 2 seconds, go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates, and now let's begin. So yes, it has been confirmed. Look at this right here. This is from the House Ways and Means Committee Chairman Jason Smith. Says the one big, beautiful bill delivers on President Trump's priorities to restore and expand Trump-era growth and relief for families, workers, and small businesses. Now, what is included into this bill? Now, I don't want to bore you with the hundreds of pages of this bill. I just want to give you the facts. This is what is included. Now, there's some things in here for seniors, some things for parents with families, some things for people looking to buy a car, people that work overtime, people that get paid in tips, and well, we need to talk about the Doge dividend. But before I do any of this, I want to first come out and say one thing. This is the first rendition of this bill. This is from the House Ways and Means Chairman, Jason Smith. But this still has to pass the House. It hasn't gone to a vote yet. This is just the first rendition of it. Hasn't gone to the Senate, and it hasn't gone to President Trump's desk. Keep in mind, in order for this to pass, Republicans will likely need to do a budget reconciliation. So some of the items in this bill may not actually qualify under the budget reconciliation rules. That's something that we will get to later. Now, what is included into this bill? First, let's talk about the Doge dividend check of up to $5,000. Because again, people were saying this would be included into this bill. And I told you, hold up, just wait. Because as of right now, there is a very good chance it will not be included. Because President Trump needs to get his priorities in there first. The Doge dividend check is not a priority. And so, the Doge dividend check, from what I've read, is not in this bill. Okay? I've read this bill. I looked for Doge dividend, looked for stimulus check, looked for some type of refund. Didn't see it. So unfortunately, it's not in the bill. Now, what is in the bill? First off, let's talk about no taxes on tips, no taxes on overtime income, and no taxes on Social Security benefits. First off, there is a provision in here for no taxes on tips. However, it's no taxes on cash tips. That's the only thing I've seen on cash tips. This will likely be revisited and changed to also include anything as far as a credit card or a debit card, right? So if you pay with a debit card, let's say at a restaurant, which most people do, right? I pay with a credit card and I go and swipe my card and okay, yeah, I want to pay an additional 25%. All right, put that in. Well, that would still be taxed. But if you pay with cash, so I swipe my credit card, okay, I'll pay $100 for my bill, and then I'm going to give you $20 in cash as a tip. Well, that $20 wouldn't be taxed. So essentially, it's not the biggest bulk of taxes or of tips. The majority of people get paid in their tips, but it's through electronic transfer. Okay? Now, no taxes on overtime income. How is this going to work? Well, simple. First, your overtime will not be taxed, but your normal wages will be taxed based off of your normal rate. Keep this in mind. Okay? Let's say you get paid $20 an hour. Well, if you get paid $20 an hour, time and a half would be $30 an hour. So if you get paid overtime income of time and a half, it would be $30 an hour. Well, based off of what this bill is currently stating, it says that your overtime income of your first $20, okay, that right there will be taxed as ordinary income. But the additional $10 would not be taxed. So that overtime amount would be subject to no tax. But your initial wage would be. So if you work, let's say, 45 hours and you get paid $20 an hour, well, for the additional 5 hours past 40, you'd be charged taxes in the $20. Okay, $20, that's what your normal wage is. The additional $10 an hour or $50 for that, for those additional 5 hours, you don't get taxed on that. So again, we'll see what happens there. Now, here's the deduction for seniors, because a lot of people were wondering, is there going to be no taxes on Social Security benefits? Well, this is what is written. I haven't found anything in the bill for Social Security beneficiaries, but it says there will be an extra deduction. So seniors over the age of 65 are getting an additional $4,000 in their standard deduction. That's if you are single and you make under $75,000 per year. This is your adjusted gross income. Or if you're married and you make under $150,000. That, I think, is where they're getting by as of right now. But again, things could change. So these are just a few of the things that are somewhat stimulative to the U.S. economy. Here's the next two. This one is fairly substantial. It's the child tax credit. Based off of what I'm seeing, and again, all these things could change. The numbers could be adjusted. The time frames could be adjusted, things like that. But based off what I'm reading is that the child tax credit is supposed to go back to $1,000 per year. Okay, that's supposed to be as of January 1st, 2026. Here's the thing. They want to make the $2,000 permanent. So even when the Trump administration is out of office, whether it's another Republican, that is the president, or a Democrat, doesn't matter, it would still be $2,000. It wouldn't revert back to $1,000. I think that's an easy yes for most people, just because of inflation. Now, here's where it gets even bigger. If you have children in between the age, well, in 2025, 2026, 2027, and 2028, they don't have to be born then. They just have to be under the age of 18. Well, you would get a $2,500 child tax credit. This is not a deduction. This is not, tax refundable, right? This is a credit, meaning if you get $1 for $1. You got 2 kids, you get $5,000 back. You got 4 kids, you get $10,000 back, right? You got 10 kids, you get $25,000 back. You get the idea. So that right there, I didn't see any restriction as to after a certain amount of kids, you're cut off. So there's really no limit there. They just want people to have more children. Makes sense. And here's the next one. This is the last one I'm going to talk about, just because, again, there's other things in this bill for businesses and things like that, for a health savings account and education and whatnot, right? Buying cars and stuff. We'll get to that. But again, this is the last thing really for individuals. And again, all this stuff can change. The last one is car loan interest. It's tax deductible. It's up to $10,000. However, it must be a personal vehicle. It cannot be a vehicle for a business. So the business deduction there, again, I don't know if this is really going to change. There's not a lot to it. This is still early on in this bill writing process. I think a lot of stuff's going to change, but right there is what we are seeing. So yes, there's no taxes on tips. There's no taxes on overtime income. There's a extra deduction for seniors over the age of 65. There's an increased child tax credit, okay, of $2,500 for the next 4 years. And car loan interest. And I didn't see anything about it being American made. So that could be an adjustment that comes very soon. But again, all that's included. But the one thing that I didn't see is up to $5,000 Doge dividend check. So yes, like I was explaining before and over the past several weeks, I don't think the Doge dividend check is coming. What I see coming is a bunch of different smaller packages that combined together may equal $5,000 For instance, you got 2 children, $2,500 apiece, $5,000. Okay? I got 3 children, $2,500 apiece, $7,500. Yeah. Extra deduction for senior. Well, I'm not over 65. No tax on overtime income. I don't work a normal job. No tax on tips. I don't get paid tips. And there's no Doge dividend check. So that's what we know as of today. But again, as we get more information on this bill, as the bill changes, I promise I will bring you all the latest news and updates. But as of today, that is what we know. That is the stimulus that is in the package as of right now. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.